Hello all and welcome to TVM Academy. This is RC number 55 of our free practice course VARC 100. If you're new to this channel, you may sign up for this free course on our portal. The link is available in the description box of this video. Before I begin this video, let me tell you, I've often seen these comments that sir, the video quality is poor, we can't see the passage clearly. Uh, Let me just tell you, the automatic settings of YouTube are such that it will play the video in order to save your data. So all you need to do is visit that settings icon and change the settings to from automatic to high quality. You will be able to view the passage clearly. Let me begin. A quick synopsis of the passage first. In the first paragraph, author tells us that various stories told by Mr. H display a circular means of realization of faith. In the second paragraph, he starts narrating one such story. He says, in one such story, King A marries his daughter to someone less threatening to avoid the fate that he saw in his dreams. He also tried to kill his grandson, but could not succeed. Later, the grandson came to conquer his throne, and in this way, what he saw in his dreams came true by his own actions to avoid it. Therefore, completing the idea of the passage that fate or destiny has a circular means of realizing itself. You will take actions in order to avoid your fate, and these very actions that you take will lead you to the fate. Therefore, this was the essence of the passage. Let's look at the questions. Number 1. Which of the following best describes the philosophical argument underlying the passage? Okay. Option A. There is no free will. Option A goes wrong here itself. Factually incorrect. Why? Of course, there is free will. After all, King A marries his daughter to a Persian. He also ordered his grandson be killed. He ordered that his grandson be killed. So he was exercising free will. So the idea of the passage is not that there is no free will, but that even your free will leads you to your fate. You exercise your free will only in order to reach your destiny. That is the idea. Option B. Divine revelations are his way of communicating with us. Please note, this H is capitalized. And whenever H is capitalized, in his, him, or he, in the middle of a sentence, it refers to divinity. It refers to God. So divine revelations are God's way of communicating with us. Is that the main idea of the passage? Option B does not mention fate. The main idea of the passage is that fate has a circular means of realizing itself. Therefore, it is not the MI, not the main idea, not the main philosophical argument underlying the passage. Maybe a minor point in discussion mentioned in the passing somewhere, but not the main idea. Option C, free will serves destiny. Option C should be the correct answer. Free will serves destiny. The actions took by King A ultimately led him to his destiny. Therefore, option C should be the correct answer. Human circumstances are his own making. Again, option D does not mention fate. That fate has a circular means of realizing itself. It does not talk about the connection between fate and free will. Option C is more direct. Option D is not. Maybe we'll have to infer and extend logic, etc. Therefore, not the correct answer. Which of the following cannot be inferred from the passage? All right, let's see. Option A. As a result of his first dream, King A believed the threat his daughter posed to him could be through her husband. This can be inferred. That is the reason he married off his daughter to a Persian noble whom he considered less threatening. Therefore, he thought that her daughter's husband, his daughter's husband, would be the source of threat. Can be inferred, not the answer. Option B. King A believed that it was always best to observe the recommendations of Maggie. Please pay attention to this extreme modifier here, always. We only know of 2 instances from the passage where he, followed Maggie's recommendations. First instance, when he married off his daughter to somebody outside the kingdom. And second instance, when he ordered the son to be killed, the grandson to be killed. Therefore, we cannot say that he believed that it was always best to observe the recommendations made by Maggie. An extreme statement cannot be inferred, therefore should be the correct answer. Option C. King A believed that a Persian noble was less of a threat to his position than a Mendian noble. That can be inferred again, therefore not the answer. Option D. Had King A not acted upon his dreams, he might have avoided the fate that befell him. There was a sentence written here: had not some divine force planted the dreams in his head, he would not have taken the steps necessary to fulfill those prophecies. So the steps he took were necessary for the realization of his fate. Had he not taken these steps, therefore, had he not acted upon his dreams, he might have avoided the fate, can be inferred. Not the answer, therefore. Okay, last question. Which of the following, if true, critical reasoning, would most strongly undermine means weaken, the claim that King A's downfall proceeded from two major mistakes? So we have to weaken this claim. Let me write down what we have to prove first. What is the argument? That King A's two mistakes led to his downfall. Led to his downfall. And we are asked to weaken this claim. Therefore, what we have to prove is what do we have to prove? That even without the two mistakes, he made, he would have met his fate. He would have met with his fate. Okay. So the argument made in the passage is that King A's downfall proceeded from the two mistakes he made. We have to weaken this argument. Therefore, we have to prove that even without the two mistakes, he would have met his fate. Let us see which option proves this particular idea. Option A. Mandani's husband would have deposed King A if he had known why his son was killed. In the first place, his son was never killed. Therefore, this option is factually incorrect. Option B. King A's first dream was in fact a warning against allowing his daughter to marry. Does option B prove that even without the two mistakes, he would have met his fate? Nothing of this nature is proven by option B. Therefore, option B is irrelevant. He might have misinterpreted the dream. The first dream does not mean that his downfall did not proceed from his mistakes. Okay. Option C, Harpagus would not have killed the baby, regardless of whether he knew the prophecy. Again, irrelevant to what we have to prove. We have to prove that even without the two mistakes, King A would have met his fate. Keep this thing in mind and keep checking options with this benchmark, with this yardstick. Option D, Mandini's son would have conquered his grandfather's kingdom regardless of who his father was, which means even if King A had not married his daughter to a Persian noble, but somebody else, anybody, any random person, his grandson would still have conquered the throne. Therefore, even without the mistakes that he made, at least one of them, even without the two mistakes he made, he would have met his fate. Option D proves what we have to prove, thereby weakening the main claim made by the author. All right. Hope you enjoyed this passage. This was, at least the passage was ridiculously easy. Maybe the questions were not. They were a little tricky for some of you, but the passage was ridiculously easy to understand. Keep watching for more. Keep practicing hard as CAT nears. All the best for your preparation. Until next time, bye.